You've got great gifts. You should unwrap them.
Well, maybe you expect too much.
You're a Varner. I expect...
You know something, Papa? I am tired of what you expect. Bone tired.
Okay. Don't you think you and Papa are carrying this a bit too far?
Don't lecture me, Clara. I am not a little boy running away from home.
You could have fooled me.
He issued one of his usual orders, do things his way or else.
As you know, tact is not one of Papa's strong points. Papa, please. Go to him, Papa, and talk to him. I mean, really talk to him. Don't hover over him and promise him a job he's not ready for. Talk to him about the two of you.
The long, hot summer seems to know every time you're near, and the touch of a breeze gently stirs all the trees, and a bird wants to please my ear. The long, hot summer.
In tonight's episode, the role of Jody Varner will be played by Tom Lowell. In Frenchman's Bend, a party at the Varner home is a major occasion. However, this night, the music and laughter will only serve as a dazzling backdrop for events that will ultimately bring the Varner family face to face with heartbreak and tragedy.
I'd say 1/10 of the corridor talks about the population explosion in this country. What's your feeling on it, Dr. Clark?
Oh, it'll be all right with me, Senator, if the explosion had some sort of decent schedule, say like before midnight.
Things are just starting to liven up out there. What'd you run out for?
Oh, party's fine for a while. Then sometimes a girl wants to be alone. Well, almost, that is. Oh, Jody, it's beautiful tonight.
Oh, you're beautiful. That moon and those stars up there, they ought to hide their head in shame.
You're gonna keep saying those sweet things to me the rest of our lives.
Oh, I'm gonna do more than that. I am gonna carve that phrase on those statues out there.
I love this place. So big and stately and all. I especially love it tonight, the music and the fun. Filled with all those important and successful people. Just like you're gonna be someday.
So sure. It's a mighty uphill climb.
You'll make it, because I'm gonna be right there beside you to see that you do. Well, we're the same as engaged, aren't we? I mean, the way we've talked and all.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, it's going to be a long time before we can...
Oh, Jody, Jody. I feel like I swallowed a basket full of butterflies.
Yeah, I know.
And marry me, love me tonight, now.
Julia, it can't be like this. I mean, we gotta wait.
What for?
Well, I just want us to have the right kind of start.
Well, people in love don't need the right kind of anything. I think you're just trying to make excuses.
No, no. Listen, there's a position open down at the bank in charge of installment loans, and I'm up for it, see? Now, after I had that for a while, I mean, we could afford to buy a decent house, do things proper.
Well, you're a Varner. You don't have to wait for anything.
No, now, Eula, please, just try and understand. This promotion means a great deal to me. It'll be the first time in my life that my father's ever given me any real responsibility. If we get married now and antagonize him, why... Eula, will you stop that and listen to me?
You're scared of him. You're scared of what he thinks. Well, what about me?
Now, Eula, please, just listen to me.
I'm through listening. I've heard enough tonight. I guess I had you figured out all wrong. You'll never be a Will Varner. You will never be anything but Will Varner's son. Lyle!
Eula.
Come and dance with me.
That's what I've been wanting to do all night. Eula, I'm cutting in, Lyle.
You're getting in the way.
Eula, will you please...
You heard what the lady said. Now, in my opinion,
I couldn't care less about your opinion, Lyle. Now, Eula, please, just
well, now,
come
that
back
just might be
inside and
altered
talk to me
come the
for-
1st of September.
Now, what is that supposed to mean?
You know, Jody, working along beside you at your father's bank, I've had the remarkably strong impression that my state of advancement would be obstructed by my lack of hereditary status. But I was wrong.
Lyle, will you stop talking like a computer and get to the point?
Certainly. I've just been promoted to the rank of junior executive at the Varner Bank, in charge of installment loans.
And who appointed you?
Your father. Who else?
The party is never the same without Minna.
Excuse me, Judge. I'd like to talk to you, please. It's very important.
Excuse us.
Of course.
What's the matter, boy? You looked like the chiggers were holding high carnival under your collar.
I just talked to Lyle Geddes.
Oh, you did, huh? I'm sorry you had to find out that way. I wanted to tell you myself.
It's true?
You make a good junior executive.
You said you were going to appoint me.
If I thought you could handle it.
Well, I can handle it as well as Lyle Geddes.
I'm doing what I think is best for you.
Best for me? Giving my promotion to somebody else, making me look like a fool in front of my friends is best for me?
Lyle's worked harder than you have.
No, that's not true.
The way I see it.
No. You just have to make me work twice as hard as anybody else to keep up the image of the great self-made man.
I'll have no insolence, boy. Remember who you're talking to.
You never let me forget it.
Jody, you're holding yourself back. Slovenliness is like dry rot. It eats away the timbers.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was doing such a lousy job.
Not lousy, just unenthusiastic. You've got great gifts. You should unwrap them.
Well, maybe you expect too much.
You're a Varner, and I expect some...
You know something, Papa? I am tired of what you expect. Bone tired. Sorry, excuse me.
Jody, what is it?
Forget it, sis. It's got nothing to do with you.
Hey, no heat, folks. Us Varners got blood that comes to a ball once in a while. There's nothing to it. Next time you see Jody, boy, give him as good as you got. Come on, the music's still playing. Let's all dance. Come on now, dance.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Jody, what is it? What, have you been on a binge? Huh? You didn't have a wreck, did you? Well, come on, Jody. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't sit here and look at a sad face without knowing what's behind it.
I have had it, Ben. I have had it up to my ears.
Yeah. You and your father had another fight, huh?
Yeah, well, there won't be any more of them. I'm quitting my job tomorrow, and I'm going out on my own.
Jody, why don't you just go home and get some sleep? You'll think different about it tomorrow.
I won't think different. I never meant anything more in my life.
All right, what do you plan to do?
I don't know. I don't know which way to turn.
Yeah. One step at a time. I'll start with you sleeping here tonight, huh? You serious?
I'm serious.
Okay. Won't you help me with the bed? I'll tell you what. Bo and me are getting a lumber contract from Glendon Construction Company up in Georgeville. I'm working on it for about 4 days now. I could use another hand.
You will offer me a job?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the lumber business.
So you learn. Now you better get some rest. Have to be up bright and early.
Ben.
Yeah.
You hired me. Papa hears about this. He's going clean through the roof.
Scared?
Hello? Out of habit, I guess.
Habits can be broken. Night.
Who does he think he is anyway? Storming out here during that party was one thing, but staying out all night.
Well, now that I know what really happened, I'd say Jody deserved a night out on his own. He's probably calling certain people a few names.
Well, see here, Missy, I told you. I did it I thought was right. I don't want to go through it again. Called every place I could think of. That boy's bound to drive me to an early grave.
Not from starvation.
You trying to be funny at a time like this? He's your brother. I should think you'd be concerned.
I am concerned. I'm deeply concerned that it happened in the first place. But I think he has a right to get it out of his system.
Andrew! Oh, where is he? This whole house is falling apart. Yes, what is it?
You sure you make no mistake about that?
Has a right to get it out of his system, that's what you said. You know what he's done? Given up his job at the bank, and he's working at Ben Quick's lumberyard.
You're doing fine, Jody.
What do you think you're doing? What sort of game are you playing, hey? Turn that thing off! And that! They told me you quit the bank. I don't believe it.
I had no control over advancement, but I presumed I could leave when I wanted.
So you took a job here to make me look like a fool before the whole town?
No, Papa, that is not so.
No matter. You're not going to work for Ben Quick.
You could have done worse.
I know what you're after, boy. Anyway, if you get back at me. Well,
Papa,
I can tell you.
Papa, please. I came here because I wanted the job.
And there's little doubt you could get it. The Varner name's a credit. He couldn't get any other way.
That's not why he hired me.
You don't have to defend me, Jody. Your daddy's got a fixed idea about me, and nothing you can say is going to change his mind.
Talking's over. Now, you get into that car. You're leaving here.
I gave you a job last night. It's still yours if you want it.
You're getting in over your head, boy. Don't make the mistake of bucking horns with me on this. Now, do as I told you. Get into that car.
I'm staying.
You stay, and you don't have to come home tonight.
Did you find Jody? Papa, what's going on? What is all this?
What do they look like? The suitcases. Jody's suitcases. And these are his clothes.
Oh, yes, I can see that. Is he going someplace?
He's already gone.
Oh, Papa, wait a minute.
This is none of my doing. I want that understood good and clear. Young Prince has chosen to suck over missing out on a promotion. I intend to see to it that he does it someplace else.
You can't be serious. You're not throwing your own son out of his home.
You know where I found him. He refuses to leave. Now, you tell Andrew to pack this stuff and take it over to the lumber yard.
Papa, I asked you a question.
Now, Missy, I'm not throwing him out. I'm teaching the boy a lesson he won't soon forget. He'll be coming back.
Papa, what if he doesn't?
Hi, you all around?
Went out to get something from Miss Minnie. Ought to be back shortly.
Oh, fine. I'll be in there. Let me have a plain ginger ale, Mel.
Hello, Joe.
Oh, hi, Clara. Won't you join me?
Okay.
Another ginger ale, please.
I spoke to Ben. Told me you were coming over here. Can we talk for a second?
I don't have too much time waiting for you.
Well, surely you can spare a few minutes to a blood relation.
I'm, sorry I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. All happened so fast.
Okay, don't you think you and Papa are carrying this thing a little too far?
Don't preach to me, Clara. I am not a little kid running away from home.
Could have fooled me.
He issued one of his usual orders, do things his way or else. Now, that is not running away. That's being driven out.
Well, now, it doesn't have to be as irrational as he is, does it?
Clara, look,
I just don't want to talk about it. It's a lot of things. Things you can't talk about much. Certainly things that a man like him wouldn't understand.
Well, try me.
It's no good, Clara, not anymore. The past is... It's just that, the past. For the first time in my life, I'm starting to believe that I can really get somewhere without leaning on the name Varner.
Jody! Oh, Hank, could you take it? Well, Jody, what happened to you last night? Are you okay? Oh. Hi, Clara.
Hello, Eula. Jody, I'm going to be going. You take care of yourself now.
Sis. Thank you, but I do know what I'm doing.
I hope so.
Jody, what happened to you? Are you all right?
Settle down.
Now, tell me what's
Now, wait a second. Settle down. Settle
Hank, I was
down.
so worried about you. What happened? Why did you run out last night? And then when you didn't come home, I was scared 6 shades of green. I thought you were going to leave town or something. Well, everything's all right,
Everything
isn't
is
it?
just fine. It's just fine. I just needed last night to straighten myself out, that's all. For the first time in my life, I faced up to myself. That's when I decided.
Well, decided what?
That you were right last night. The two grown people in love, they shouldn't let anything stand in their way. I want to marry you, and right away.
Oh, Jody, Jody! Oh! Jody. Oh, Jody. Oh, but there's still your papa. When you tell him about us, well, isn't that going to start the two of you arguing again?
It doesn't matter what he thinks.
Oh, yes, it does matter. He may end up not giving you your job back at the bank or letting us move into the house or anything.
Honey, I don't think you understand. I'm not going back to the bank. I'm not going back to the house.
You plan to go through with this silly thing, working with Ben Quick?
Of course. What'd you think?
Well, I didn't think you were serious. I thought it was a temporary thing, a way to get back at your papa.
What made you think that?
Well, you and your papa have had rows before, and you've always made up. Jody, go back to him. Go home while you still can.
I wanted you to be proud of me, so I could be proud of myself.
You didn't have to leave home and get disinherited to do that.
What is it, Eula? You suddenly see that big Varner house and all that Varner money slipping through our fingers? Is that what's got you so bothered?
Jody, I know what you're thinking, but believe it or not, I love you, and I don't want to see you get hurt.
Well, I will be just fine, thanks.
No, you won't. Not if you stay with Ben Quick.
Well, maybe the pay's not as good as the bank, but it'll get better.
I'm not talking about what you make from Ben. I'm talking about what he's making from you.
Well, now, maybe you'd better explain that a little.
Nothing, never mind.
I said explain it. Explain it to me!
Ben's using you. All he wants is your name.
Now, that is a lie.
It's true. Lyle Gaddis told me.
Lyle Gaddis, what does he know?
The manager of the Glendon Construction Company told him this morning.
Told him what?
Ben told them that you were going to work for him. Thought it would please Mr. Varner. That's how he got the job. Jody, I didn't want to tell you, but I wouldn't have. But, Jody...
Hey, buddy, you're late. We only take an hour lunch here. Last night you mentioned having a fat deal with the Glendon Construction Company?
Yeah, what's up?
Did you have the contract when you offered me this job?
No, but look pretty good.
Then you didn't get the contract till today.
Will you get out of the way?
You're no better than the rest of us!
Jody! Get a doctor.
There was nothing I could do. He just walked in front of that lift.
Will you please stop blaming yourself?
What's taking so long?
We'll be out the exam room any minute now. I think you've done enough for one day, Mr. Quick. Why don't you just leave?
Papa, how is Jody?
Bad. Maybe real bad. I asked you to leave, Mr. Quake. I'd appreciate the courtesy.
Papa, you've got to stop blaming Ben. There's nothing but an accident.
Nothing? You say nothing but...
Will? We did a skull series. Found no evidence of any fracture. Spinal tap indicates pressure was normal.
So the boy's going to be all right?
Most likely the concussion won't result in any permanent damage. I'd say it's quite possible he'd be perfectly all right.
Possible? You say it's quite... Are you trying to tell me there's something more?
At the moment, our examination indicates paralysis in both legs. Now, we're making every conceivable test to determine the origin.
Paralysis?
Now, Will, it's most likely just a traumatic condition connected with the accident. A blow on the head can result in a temporary paralysis. We'll know more in the morning.
What happens in the morning?
We've scheduled an angiogram. If that's negative, he should begin to regain the use of his legs shortly.
I'm going to see the boy.
He's not conscious yet.
So all we can do is wait?
I'm afraid that's all we can do, Will. Just wait.
Hurry, hurry! My leg! I can't feel anything in my leg.
Jody, that's all right. You gotta calm down.
No, you don't understand. I can't feel anything in my leg.
All right, Jody, you're gonna be all
It won't
right.
move. There's nothing down there. I can't feel it.
Oh, you were struck on the head, Jody.
No, please.
All
No,
right.
you don't understand it. Don't move. And they won't move.
Papa? Papa? I brought you some soup. It's your favorite. You've got to eat something. Gotta get some rest, Papa.
What time is it?
10:30.
Tomorrow morning, the doctor said. Seems days since we left that hospital.
You've got to stop torturing yourself, Papa. The doctor said Jody will be all right.
He said possibly the boy will be all right. That's what's twisting my insides, possibly. May never walk again.
Claire, do you have a minute?
Yeah. We better talk outside.
I heard about Jody.
Yes. Dr. Clark thinks it's temporary. Although we'll know more tomorrow. What's the matter?
Claire, did Jody say anything about why he came storming into the lumber yard the way he did today?
No, why?
Because it had something to do with my getting that Glendon contract. It seemed as though he hated me for it. I've got to find out why he was so upset with me.
Well, why should his attitude be so important to you?
Because if it wasn't for his attitude, there might not have been an accident.
You better go home and get some rest.
Aaron. How about it? What about those tests?
Nothing yet, Will. I'm expecting him any time now.
How is he?
He's awake now. You can see him.
I'm talking about his legs.
Same. But it's still a little early to...
Oh, Jody?
Hello?
You're better, I can see that. You know something, Jody? You're going to be fine. You hear? You're a Varner. Oh. All right. I know that fact don't appeal to you much, but... Oh. Blood is blood. That right, Missy?
Papa.
Well, I'm going to work this whole thing out. You know, you were right in the first place. You'll be much better for that job at the bank than Lyle Gaddis any day of the week. Soon as you're on your feet, it's yours.
Papa, please. Jody, baby. I think I understand a little of what this is all about. And so many things happened all at once. But it'll work itself out. If only you won't shut us all out of your life. Baby, are you listening to me? Jody, please.
Say anything to you?
No, he didn't.
Why don't you go on home? I'm going to wait for the test.
Oh, perhaps I should stay.
Do as I tell you, Missy.
I tried to see Jody last night, and they told me to come back this morning.
I think it's better if he's not disturbed, Eula. He needs his rest.
Papa, do either of us know what he really needs? Yuli's in room 206. Right over there.
They've all come to pay their respects to the deceased.
Jody, don't say that. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry. I shouldn't have said what I did. I should have known what it would do to you. Jody, as soon as you're up and around, things will be just like you want them to be between you and me. I wouldn't have it any other way. Jody, please forgive me.
I forgive you. feel sorry for you, Eula. Poor country girl comes to town, almost has it made, then poof. I mean, you're the real loser. Me, I didn't have anything to start with in the beginning, but you lost all that Varner money in that big Varner house. You lost it all. Get out. Get out! Get out!
What to do to the boy?
Let me go! Let me go!
Feel that, Jody?
No?
And try to move your feet. Try to move them as hard as you can.
Why don't you give up, Doctor?
Like you. Made a lot of tests on you, Jody. They've all come back negative, meaning there's likely not going to be any permanent paralysis.
No paralysis? Well, punch him, Doctor. Make him jump up at you. Tell him to get up and walk.
Jody, I said likely there'd be no permanent paralysis.
Look, Dr. Clark, I'm not a little kid, not anymore. Why don't you just knock off all this professional good humor talk?
Jody, things been going badly for you lately? Any particular problems? I mean, before the accident.
I thought your interest in me was purely medical.
It is. That's why I'm asking. You know, Jody, sometimes when a man's down, thinks he's lost his foothold, it can cause a lot of damage. Temporary blindness, loss of memory, not wanting to talk, not wanting to stand up, face the world.
Will?
All tests to date have been negative. Up to now, we found no trace of brain damage.
How about your examination? You just examined him, didn't you?
There's been no improvement.
If you can't get him back on his feet again, I'll have to find somebody who can.
I've already started those wheels in motion. I've talked to Dr. Grayson and Dr. Rawlings in St. Louis. They'll be down first thing in the morning. Both men are top specialists in their fields.
What fields?
Dr. Grayson is a neurosurgeon. Dr. Rawlings is a psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist? You trying to tell me that my son ain't right?
No, not exactly. But he is confused, deeply depressed. Will, is there any cause for that you might know of? Has anything really bad happened to Jody in the last few days?
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that I think it's possible Jody won't walk because he's got nothing to walk to.
That's a lot of nonsense. Ain't nothing wrong with Jody that a medical doctor can't cure.
All right, Will. It's your son, his legs, his life. But remember this. Every day there's no improvement. The possibility of permanent paralysis is going to become more of a reality.
Jody, you asleep? I will take care of it personally. Hello, Ben. Hi. Your reservations are confirmed, Mr. Fell.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Where's Eula inside? Seemed off her feed. Wanted the rest of the afternoon off. You say where she was going? No, but she started walking down the street toward the lake. Okay, thanks. Hello, Eula. It's pretty out here this time of day. How's Jody? That's why you're out here, isn't it? Worried about him?
I love him. Of course I'm worried about him.
You know, word's out. He doesn't care what happens to him anymore. Eula, I've been thinking a lot about this. Things were going fine between Jody and me the morning he came to work. And he went to see you. Something must have happened. What was it?
I asked him to forgive me. He told me to get out of his life.
Well, what'd you want him to forgive you for?
Nothing, Ben.
Well, Eula, this could be important to Jody. All right.
Ben, I know you're gonna hate me for this, but I told Jody how you used his name to get that construction job.
Where'd you get that information?
Lyle Gaddis told me. I'm sorry, Ben.
Well, don't be. You told me. That's the most important thing right now. I'll see you later.
Do you realize I've been here almost 3 hours? You said the doctor was due long ago.
When a doctor's out on call, he can't gauge his time like an
I just want to see Jody for a couple of minutes. Will you let me go in?
I told you I don't have the authority. Only Dr. Clark can give you permission. Those are Mr. Varner's instructions.
Well, I'll see those instructions are changed.
Time for rounds.
I dropped the glass.
I have an orderly come and clean it. No harm done.
I said no once. I meant no. You're not going to see Jody now or ever.
Don't you understand? He thinks I let him down. He thinks I used his name to get that contract. He thinks his name, Varner, is the only thing I cared about.
Well, wasn't it?
No! Mr. Glendon called me to confirm that contract yesterday because our company had the lowest bid. He asked me if I had enough employees to do the job. It just so happened Jody Varner's name was on the roster. Now, if that was a plus point for us, fine. But I didn't intend it that way. Now, can't you get that through your thick skull?
That's enough, boy.
Ben.
Main thing is you're the cause of all this. You've been a thorn in my side ever since you came to town. Now, thanks to you, my boy's up in that hospital, maybe never to walk again.
Papa, listen to me.
You keep out of this, Clara.
No, I will not. Now, what do you think this is, a personal battle between the two of you? It's not. Jody's the important thing here. Now, Papa, he loves you. I know that, no matter how he's acted. Whatever happens to him depends on you. Papa, please. Go to him. Talk to him. I mean, really talk to him. Don't hover over him and promise him a job he's not ready for. Talk to him about Ben, about Eula. But most of all, talk to him about the two of you.
Jody, I want to talk.
What have you got there?
That's the problem.
Jody, you give that to me. What do you think you're trying to do?
Papa, you get out of here! Leave me alone!
How dare you? How dare you? You get out of here. Get out. The night you were born, Doc Rankin said to me I had myself a son. I went out on the porch and cried. I cried with joy, Jody. Will Varner had himself a son. Someday I want that to happen to you. I want you to go and get yourself a son. I want you to go out and cry with the happiness of it.
Papa, please, I don't want to talk.
I know. You don't want to talk. Well, we're going to talk. Not about what I came for. About the lies you were told regarding Ben Quick. That's right. You were told lies, all right. But not by Eula. I have reason to believe that Lyle Gaddis told him, but I'll take care of him. But like I said, we're not going to talk about that. Or about your spat with Eula. Or about you getting hit in the head by a hunk of lumber. We're going to talk about the only thing that matters between us. You and me, and we're going to talk right now. We're going to sit here all night and work this out.
Will, I understand there's a problem.
No problem can't be licked now, Aaron. Jody and me have got the whole night here to work something out. If you'll be kind enough to have an orderly bring in an easy chair. The two of us are going to spend the night. And we're going to talk. You game?
I got a lot of things I want to say, Papa. Are you willing to listen? I mean, really listen.
I've got time.
I'll get the chair.
Morning, Eula.
Mr. Varner, you look tired.
Tired? Just turned 25, got myself a son.
Well, is Jody all right?
He's going to be fine. I sent those specialists packing back to St. Louis where they belong. You better go on in and see him. He needs you now.
Well, is he coming home? Is everything going to be like it was?
It's never going to be like it was. There's not a man in the family now. You'll have to forgive an old man for being a little proud.